Okay, so I know that every song on your album is kind of speaking to a similar but different message. Almost like it's like this big beautiful organism, and every song is kind of looking at it from different sides in different ways. And this song I really love, and I love that its message is like you're not perfect, but every time you listen to your heart and you dive into yourself, you're able to live as you truly are. And I'm curious of like what's it like to deeply listen to your heart and to live as you truly are for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can get really perfectionist about stuff, which makes me very unique. But and also like I'm not that much of a perfectionist, but around spiritual stuff, like I used to get very perfectionist, and so it's kind of changed a little bit. But I remember interestingly speaking to your husband, Joe, when we were on vacation about this, and I was going through kind of a rough time, and I said to him, what if being in our integrity is just fucking loving on ourselves no matter what we do, what we say, what we feel, how we act? And that is actually what it means to listen to your heart, because the heart just loves. It doesn't judge, it just allows and it loves. And so, yeah.
I love that. This song, I mean, I literally cannot listen to it without crying. It just, no matter what, even if I've like listened to it 50 times in a row, and it's never the same part. It's never the same part that I'm like getting emotional thinking about it. But it's never the same part. It's always different. But there is a part that, as you know, really sticks out to me because I remember the day that you tasted sound. I remember what it was. I remember what I was doing. I remember what you were doing. I remember it, and so that really strikes me. I tasted sound. And so, like that lyric of when I tasted sound and rejoiced in the grass, I wasn't built for speed. I was made to be vast. Like, what's it like to taste sound? Like, what is that? What are you getting at, or I don't know. Teach me. I want to. If I could.
Yeah.
It's sound.
It's funny because like I haven't done it since that time.
There's one moment.
Yeah, honestly, it was like I was sitting in my room and I had been doing a lot of just like inner work and meditation, and I heard this bird flap its wings, and I felt it in like all my cells, and it was like I could like taste what like felt like to like flap your wings. So I don't know, it was kind of like, I think it was probably a moment of like the veil of separation and my ego relaxing so that I felt like the oneness of everything. That's probably what was happening. So I mean, I've obviously been trying to recreate it ever since, and it hasn't worked. So I can't teach you anything, but I've like gone to like run into like pigeon, like
yeah, exactly. Find any bird
or like eating. But then I was made to be vast. It does kind of speak to this, and again, this is one of my lyrics where I'm like, oh, I get it now. I get what I was writing, and it's that I'm meant to live as the kind of expansiveness that we actually are versus this very goal-orientated, dualistic being who thinks that they can die.
Right. Well, and almost like what I make up is that as that bigger, not as this small being, but as this bigger entity, all of the senses would blur.
Exactly.
All the senses are one sense, so you can taste sound because sound and taste are not separate.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't have the sense organs as such.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's
yeah. So so now you know.
Now I know. Now I feel like I really
steps
get
to
it.
tasting sound.
I don't know why it took me so long to ask that question, but I really, I really think this song has a lot of poignant parts in it. So I want to go into a couple more, because this idea that in the unknown we are grown, I think that's something that we push back. We all kind of push against in a way.
Yes.
And it's like do something that you've never done before, and it's like oh, like it's just like it can kind of trigger us or make us feel annoyed, and we don't necessarily want to go into the unknown. So how can we learn to lean into this more and feel more comfortable in the unknown?
For me, it's about familiarizing yourself with your own feelings.
Okay.
So the thing that the mind wants, safety, right, is trying to protect the organism of who we are in my experience and in the kind of things that I've learned. And where was I going with this? The mind wants to.
So it's about not. You said like it's not about feelings letting.
Yes, yeah. So the thing that we're scared of is feelings, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not scared of doing the thing. We're scared of how we're going to feel when we do the thing.
Yeah.
So the more that we can learn to sit with any feeling that arises in us, the less fearful we become. And so in my practice, it's just this deepening and deepening and deepening of being okay with not knowing what's going on. The mind wants to name everything. The mind wants to project a future and a past to create this safe world that we're living in. And that's fine, but it also is the cause of our suffering, because it means that we hang on to things and we cling to things and we push against other things. And so in unknown, we are grown. It's like in unknown, first of all, physically we're grown, because we realize that we're maybe not as much the body as we thought we were. And also we are grown, like we grow up. The ego mind is a very childlike being or entity, yeah.
Right. So in the unknown, we are the best version of ourselves. We are the most.
Yeah, we become the goodness that we actually are, or we're always the goodness that we actually are, but we get to taste it. Like sound.
So let's unpack this lyric together, because this is one that really sticks out to me. When I understood only we are time, and I love it, because I love in this song, I love the way your voice goes, like the lowering of your voice to sing that lyric. But I love the lyric itself, and it really, every time I hear it, that's one of the ones that makes me cry. Yeah, why is that? Or what is so evocative about that lyric?
I think people have a really, like, in our lives we can experience time very differently. Sometimes time feels very long, sometimes time feels very short. The mind creates linear time, and the past and the future, and all there is now, right? Like that's if we really get really honest with ourselves, the only thing that is actually happening is right now. Like the future hasn't happened in the past, they don't exist.
Yeah
We never get there. And
always here.
yeah, and so in that sense, when we become aware of this, it's kind of this paradoxical thing where we realize that, like, our mind is the thing that creates time, and then time doesn't really like exist. So suddenly everything feels like we have more time, and everything kind of slows down. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's really hitting me. It's like I almost need to like close my eyes and be with that to recognize, like, we are here, I am here, time is in my mind, and therefore I am time.
Yeah.
Like it, that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. who we think we are is time.
Yeah.
Because who we think we are is only ever a thought and an image, right?
Yeah.
And we actually are as witnessing that. So Quinn equals time. The minute we're identified, we're in the world of time. Yeah.
Right.